All right, y'all back with Bryant in the Apex Gamer channel. Let's roll the footage. Boom, we watching a fight that I captured on my capture card. I saved, no, on my PlayStation. I saved it on my PlayStation. I was having a little session. I was out there just feeling around, moving and shaking, see what it was, see what it is, see who I can get it popping with, and who I have fun playing with. So I was at Flyway trying to see, trying to figure out who was my go-to, my ace in the hole, my ace coon boom. Harry CEJUDO got them good stats, but I like playing as Harry. I like boxing it up with Henry CEJUDO. So, I'm out here as Henry CEJUDO. So we gonna watch this fight that I had with a good player. I'm gonna block his name out because that's not what we do here. This ain't this ain't what I do. I don't go out here trying to put people out there like that. So we out here playing. I'm Harry CEJUDO. This is post patch gameplay, obviously, since the names on the top banner have changed, so I have to actually cut that out. But we in here, man. We in here. So we trying to move around. We in a 5-round fight. This was a title fight. I just picked shorts that wasn't championship shorts because that's just me. So let's take a deep look at what's happening in the gameplay. And let's talk about it. As you saw, I went for a body jab there. He threw the slipping outside rear hook and got it up and got it to connect. That's beautiful work. I'm glad that worked. I'm all about them slip counters, so I'm glad he was able to land that successfully. Even if it was landed successfully against me, that don't matter to me as long as you're able to do that. Since apparently people didn't catch the message that yesterday's video's intro was a joke, because you can still slip counter. It's just a lot less effective, and it's more of a surprise when it lands and when it's successful. So I mean, obviously I know that, but sometimes people sometimes people don't get the message when I drop videos. They get all hot and bothered and frustrated, but really and truthfully, in most cases, I'm usually joking. So I'm pretty lighthearted, and I don't take things too seriously. But I mean, people who aren't subscribed to the channel, I don't expect them to kind of know my personal quirks. So it is what it is. But we out here fighting this Henry CEJUDO. He's doing good work. He got not Henry CEJUDO. We're fighting against a Brandon Moreno. So this player picked. Oh no! I accidentally fast forward. Rewind. Hit it with the fatty wide. Rewind. Yes, sir. Hit it with the rewind. But we back in here, man. I accidentally fast forwarded because it's so easy to mess up on PlayStation when you touch that controller just a little bit, man. You get that fast forward. Thank goodness the touchpad don't do nothing when you watch and play back, because man, I'd be touching that thing all over the place. But anyway, he picked Brandon Moreno, which I love. That's not a strong pick. That's not a powerhouse character. That's not the champion in the division. That's not the world's greatest. That's not gonna walk out there and just lay leather to your chin. That's he ain't gonna just walk out there and KO you easy. So he actually came out here with the ambition of working and picking a character that was less known, less used, and he planned on working. And that's what he out here doing. He out here trying to work. He just trying to learn, bro. He just trying to learn. And I feel him for that. He out here working hard, and I like it. Look at the way he's moving his head. Yeah, I got the game audio super low in this video though, just because I don't remember if I was talking on my microphone or if I was talking on my cell phone when this video was going off. So I really don't remember what's in the audio. Who knows what was in the audio, because I was playing. I'm pretty sure I was in a party chat though. So I'm pretty sure I was just in a party chat talking to somebody while this fight was going on. Because man, I'm rarely ever just like sitting there in try hard mode with my sweatband on my sweatbands on my wrists. Sweatband on my head, headband, headband holding down the headphones real tight so I can hear every little nuance. I'm rarely like that on this game. Like if I'm out here and I'm just actually playing for keeps, with my head down playing for keeps, that don't happen too often. Like I'm usually in this thing just chit chatting, running my mouth, doing what I do. You know what it is on this channel, man. You know who you're talking to. You know who you're dealing with. But let's get back to the fight. Let's take a quick a more focused look from rounds 2 on out. So obviously we established that both of us are kind of gonna play the role of counter and gonna try to look to keep it clean and concise. You know, keep it a pace that both can manage, and that's kind of where we're at right now. Hit him with a nice jab straight to the body, keep it loose, mixing up. Started miss, tried to capitalize on the miss by coming in with the straight lead hook, but he was able to get back to his block before I can get back in and get the whiff punish on the miss straight. Which you know, I have mixed feelings about that because I play a lot of fighting games. Unlike contrary to popular belief, most people who play mixed martial arts games don't play fighting games, like actual fighting games. So they try to down talk fighting games like, that's just an arcade fighter, bro. That game is arcadey. Like, bro, an arcade fighting game is the most technical game you ever gonna put your hands on. You ain't gonna pick up an arcade fighting game and play against the best player in the world like as if he ain't nobody. That's like blasphemy. Like, watch your tongue. Like, watch your tongue. You pick up Street Fighter, if you don't know how to play Street Fighter, you're not beating anybody that's good. Anybody that's even a semblance of good is gonna smoke you, wash you dry. But so when people down talk arcade games because it's arcadey, you don't know what that even means. Like, arcade games are the most complex and complicated fighting games to understand their system. So let me get with that out the way. Let's continue to talk about this fight and move around. So he's looking to slip counter in this round. He's looking to work those hooks because he realizes that I'm not just like standing in the middle throwing uppercuts and trying to bum rush him and bully him, but I do catch him with an uppercut there when he puts his head down, because that's just what you got to do when somebody that close to you. Like, in reality, when you boxing and you get on the inside and you that close to somebody, you really not gonna dip directly down in front of him because there's limited opportunity there and there's plenty of space for him to uppercut you. Now, obviously, that goes without saying that there's nuance to boxing that obviously a video game can't capture. Like, you could put your head down but tuck your chin. That way all the uppercuts that he hits will only hit you in the nose or in the eyes, so that you can use your head pressure to like put your forehead in their chest and land body shots of your own. So yes, you could technically put your head down in boxing and not run into a serious uppercut threat, because with your head touching someone's body, you limit the space between you and them, so there's only so much momentum. Unless they're much taller than you, there's only so much momentum they can generate to uppercut you in that situation. So I do find myself in boxing a lot when I'm looking to land that rear uppercut to the body, the one that we have in the game. Like, when you slip off to the outside in the game and throw the uppercut to the body, that's how I throw my uppercut, my body uppercut in real boxing. When I'm sparring, I try to dig my head. That way, once I land the uppercut, I can put my head on his chest, hit him with a lead hook, and then kind of keep pressuring from that space. That way I can kind of box and move with contact on the opponent. And that's kind of how I move in boxing when I'm trying to get on the inside, because I'm a shorter guy. So when I'm on the inside, I kind of have to make the most of it. And I'm a deadly body puncher. I love body punching people. I like when a round is done and dude walk over to you and he's like, man, you went to work on my gut, man. I could hardly breathe in that round. Yeah, that's what I wanted. I didn't want to knock you out. I didn't want to be that blistering speed that you couldn't touch and slipping and ripping. I mean, I do slip a lot when I'm on the outside, especially when I'm boxing somebody who's quicker and harder to contain and harder to get to the inside with. I'm all about that slip. I lean and slip and feint my head before I do anything. And, you know, everybody talking about, oh, man, the UFC game, man, everybody like bobbing and weaving like they got the Dempsey roll. Everybody bobbing and weaving. Man, look. When you box for real, your head fakes and feints, that's the only way you can create any sort of diversion and any sort of like division between what your opponent is thinking you're going to do versus what you actually do. Dang, I got to actually block that because I paused it to see who he was. Ain't that some craziness? But like in boxing, that's how you fake, you move your head. In this game, we don't have that. The closest thing we have to that is faking with full head movements. And the reason it looks corny is just because it's an animation, but really the reality of it is you're feinting. You can feint your head in a direction to try to see if your opponent reacts to it, and if they react to it adversely, like if I lean to the right and then you walk straight up to me and throw a straight punch, you asked for it. You literally saw me feint that way as if I wanted to move that way, and then you threw the shot down the lane that was gonna slip. Like, you did that to yourself. Like, don't blame me for you stepping on the slip counter because you saw me duck to the inside, so you tried to uppercut me. Like, that wasn't gonna work when I ducked to the inside. Like I was watching a video yesterday and somebody was showing tips on how to deal with people who duck, and almost every person he fought only ducked forward. So it was easy to capitalize because they all was doing the same duck. They all just would get close to him and just start dipping forward. Like, I don't know what they were thinking was going to happen. I don't know what kind of magic they think we're going to come out of that, but they just kept getting in the pocket and dipping forward. And like I was talking about a second ago, in real life, you almost never duck directly down unless you do what I do in boxing, and that's put your head on your opponent, which is not really ducking. It's more so leaning forward. But no one ever really just ducks down. When you see guys like Caleb Plant, like real technical, slick boxers, when they dip more like the outside dip that we have in the game, and they use that to slip hooks. They use that to slip straight shots. They slip uppercuts from certain sides by dipping that direction. So like that in boxing, and everybody talk about that. They're like, oh man, let's get another fight night game going. Boxing, if y'all hate slipping in UFC, y'all would absolutely hate slipping in boxing, because slipping in boxing is obviously way more technical and way quicker. Like fight night slipping, guys who were good at slipping in fight night, they were uncatchable. Like they were uncatchable. If they had good head movement, good blocking, and a good jab straight, you fought 12 rounds. Put it like that. You played online, you fought 12 rounds. If somebody had good head movement, good blocking, you fought 12 rounds. That's it. You fought 12 rounds, or you got sloppy and they KO'd you. That's usually how it went down. So to talk head movement and to talk you on fight night, but complain about head movement having any sort of measurable success in this game is just asinine, completely asinine. And if you think about it, UFC Undisputed 2010 was a head movement fest. If you don't remember how 2010 played online, dudes used to stand in front of you and go left, right, back, left, right, back, left, right, back, and they would slip in a 3-circle motion until you finally did something, and then they were countered. Like literally, players in the top 100, top 10 players, that's how they played the game. They would just stand in front of you and slip in multiple directions, not just Dempsey roll at you. They would just left, right, back, left, right, back. Like I can pop that game in and show you what it used to look like when people would slip on that game. Look, dropped them with a uppercut lead hook there. One of my favorite combinations to land, always has been doing this since UFC 1. I used to do it all the time with Clay Guida, uppercut lead hook. Same thing on UFC 2, uppercut lead hook. Favorite combination, dropped him there with the overhand. Beautiful work. It was a beautiful fight though, man. That's why I don't mind featuring this fight, because it was a beautiful fight. He fought with Brandon Moreno, a lower rated character. He had a good account for himself. He only went out because he got desperate. He only went out because he saw an opportunity. We were both starting to get to the point where we were gassed and anything could have ended it. And he saw an opportunity and he took a chance. He tried to use the circling hook, the circling overhand, but I'd already started the forward movement overhand. Watch, check the replay. I'm already throwing it. Then he thinks about throwing it, and he was a split second too late. Literally, like if he started that overhand before I started mine, it was me on the ground and him standing up. Done deal. Done data, like Kimbo say. Shut up, fool. Done data. You know, Kimbo, you know, that was Kimbo, man. Rest in peace, man. Kimbo was my guy. Kimbo was my guy. I really enjoyed watching Kimbo do his thing in every facet of life, especially on The Ultimate Fighter. He was just a treat to watch. A truly enjoyable human being. But this was a fight. This was a video. This was a discussion. More talk about head movement and its effects and cause and concern and different little things about head movement. I like to talk about boxing. I like to talk about fighting because that's kind of in my nature. Like I say all the time, I do this for real, man. I don't do this for shits and giggles, man. I do this because I love it. I love fighting. I love boxing. That's my favorite sport. It's my only real sport that I actually follow. It's always been the forefront of my mind, like martial arts and stuff of that nature. So, you know, I do what I can, but that's been Bryant, the Apex Gamer Channel. Hope you enjoyed that fight as much as I enjoyed playing it, because I had a good time, truly fun, playing with a guy who had some real skill and had some real tenacity going out there, because he could have been fighting Demetrius Johnson. He could have ran into a DJ playing as Brandon Moreno and got fits. You know, he could have got fits from a DJ player. So he came out here and he ran into the right one. Another person using not the champion, not the best character in the game. That's like if somebody told you Ryu can shoot Hadoukens faster than anybody can move, everybody would pick that Ryu. Like, that's just human nature, is to try to maximize your opportunity at all aspects. But when the playing field isn't level, which it isn't in real life, let's not advocate for the whole entire game to have checks and balances, but there are checks and balances in place in real life that I don't think are being properly represented. Like Demetrius Johnson, for instance, best fighter in the world, he has been rocked, he has been dropped. He has been stuck under people in mount before. Go back to the Ian McCall fight. He couldn't get out from underneath Ian McCall in their last round of that first fight. He dominated him the second time they fought, but he couldn't get out from underneath him in the last round of the first fight. Couldn't. Tim Elliott dropped him with a check hook. He fell face first and then shot for a takedown and got the takedown. And Tim Elliott was giving him fits on the ground, scrambling and getting out of position. So he locked down, he simplified, he changed his game, and he adapted to what Tim Elliott was doing and then controlled the rest of the way. But he has moments of weakness like every other human in the world. Like, he shouldn't be infallible in a video game because he's not infallible in real life. John Dodson was stinging him up the first time they fought. Second time, he completely eliminated all threat of John Dodson doing any sort of work to him. He moved in and out of the range so eloquently that he was able to get in, knee him to the body, wear him out, slip out, force Dodson, who was the faster physical opponent, faster physical person. He forced him to essentially not have any options and wear him out to where he could not do anything, and limited everything that that John Dodson had in his wheelhouse, and every little measure of success he had in the first fight. He completely took that from him, and he took it from him. He took it from him like as if, you know, that was like as if it didn't matter, like as if it was never that effective. But he has had moments where he is not infallible. Like that shouldn't be a thing. Like, shouldn't have the best everything. That just doesn't make sense. Like on Undisputed, I say it all the time. On Undisputed 2010, I play the title chase mode against the AI all the time. If I'm playing the title chase mode against the AI as GSP, Matt Hughes, Matt Serra, shoot, Dustin Hazlett, those guys will catch me slipping. I will get submitted if I grapple those guys. And I was really good at grappling on Undisputed, like really good at lockdown grappling, advancing them out, finishing fights and ground and pound. That was kind of I played Undisputed 9 as a strict grappler, because striking in that game was the pits. It was all Superman punches and head kicks. So I grappled almost exclusively, either clinch grappling or straight on the mat, but I grappled almost exclusively on Undisputed 9. And so Undisputed 10, I still had the same grappling base because they didn't change much. It was literally copy-paste grappling from 1 to 2. Nothing really changed, like, at all. I think the only thing that changed was they made a 3-and-move situation. So, like, if somebody attempted the transition 3 times, they gave it to them on the 3rd time for free. It was just ridiculous. That was just the stupidest thing ever. Like, that's so... It just completely removes skill whenever you just like, okay, well, you tried it 3 times, so your opponent can't possibly hold you here, because, you know, that's just kind of how it works. You know, so it was like, that was the silliest thing ever, because everybody would just forego whatever strike was gonna land and go for the transition, and you block it, and then you try to strike them, they go for the transition, you block it, and then you try to strike them, they do it again, and this time it's free, and they're out of the position, and you're back to doing something else. So, you know, but other than the change, that 3-and-move change, grappling stayed pretty consistent between 9 and 10. So my grappling game stayed pretty much the same. Actually, reversals were easier on 10, so my grappling was even better. So I grappled a lot on that game, and I struck a lot on that game. But you know, that game had a much better striking game, so I was able to strike, and I improved on my striking game. But I went in as a grappler and then improved to be a striker. So, yeah, that's basically, in a nutshell, that's just what I'm trying to say. The whole message then got lost in translation, so it is what it is. I'll see you on the next video, though, man. I like to give y'all a little extra me at the end of the video. I don't know if y'all enjoy it, though. Like, let me know in the comment section how y'all feel about that extra time I spend just kind of going through it, you know, just kind of just giving you a little bit of insight into my peek into the wild mind, you know, the ill mind of Bryant. You know, I try to give y'all the realest I can give y'all, man. I try to give y'all everything I can, everything I got, you know. But until next time, it's Bryant, the Apex Gaming Channel. If you subscribe to the channel and if you're watching the video, you made it this far and you're not subscribed to the channel, I want to personally thank you, because you sat through someone talking that you're not even following or subscribed to. So you clearly wanted to hear what I had to say, and I truly appreciate you listening. So continue your day. I hope y'all have a wonderful, truly blessed, great day for the rest of this day and this weekend. Stay safe. Have a good time if that's what you into. If you down to party or do whatever you're doing, just make sure you take all the necessary precautions, and I want you to live your best life. Live your best life, man. But see y'all on the next video. That will be Monday. I would have done a battle with the bros Saturday, but I'm an idiot and I deleted literally all my UFC videos off my not off my capture card, but off my computer hard drive, because I was running out of hard drive space. I forgot which video the battle with the bros was in, and I just deleted everything. And instead of moving all the stuff I needed to my other hard drive first, and then deleting all the junk, like all the waste, like videos that I've already finished and edited and uploaded, I deleted it all at once. So I bulk deleted everything, and 3 Battling the Bros was all in one video. Like, so 3 episodes is all in one video. All of that is gone. All of that's gone. And there were some beautiful fights, but they're all pre-patched anyway. So the game looks entirely different and plays out entirely different. So they weren't really the most useful videos, but I did play those matches with the intention of those being seen and shown. So it kind of, you know, pissed me off a little bit when I went to my session and was like, oh yeah, those got deleted. Sweet. Yeah, that was a bummer. But until next time, it's been Bryant, the Apex Gamer channel. Hope you enjoyed it. See y'all on the next video. Peace.